Nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates, and I want you to leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't happen to get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, so be patient with your process. Also, y'all already know, my voice too raspy to be whispering. So this about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume, all right? Now, in advance, I want to thank you so much for all your love, your likes, shares, subscribes, your kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate you. Also, I don't always get to pause in the middle of what I'm saying to acknowledge your gifts as well. So thank you in advance for them. I appreciate you, all right? So, chosen ones, we're going to get started. I want you to realize, and I want you to pay attention really close to you, all right? And when I say that, because right now, you may be feeling certain feelings that don't belong to you. What do I mean? See, some of you have been doing certain things. You've been getting along perfectly. You've been starting to build your confidence again. You may have had certain things take off, then it had a sense of stagnancy again. Certain things that tried to come and break you down, but you was able to reground yourself. See, chosen ones, now you may be starting to feel certain things. All of a sudden, out of the blue, you start feeling certain sadness. You have certain things that's altering your mood, and you looking around you to see what it is that's doing it. Whole time while you trying to analyze you're not even realizing that those are projections from other people. Now let's talk, chosen ones. I want you to realize that you, even before you physically come in contact with certain divine partners, you tap in on the 5D. So therefore, again, before you see them physically, you're going to tap into with them energetically, mentally, and spiritually. So a lot of the times you feeling a certain type of way and that don't belong to you. It's the person that is connected to you. So some of you had certain friends that's going through certain situations. You had certain exes that are starting to face karma and consequences. But again, you are looking around at you to see what it is that's altering your mood. Whole time is somebody thinking about you, talking about you, so on and so forth. So I'm going to give you an example, right? I want you to realize that right now, you've been feeling a sense of sadness, like you got your heart broke. And you looking around like that can't be true, because you may not have been entertaining the individual. You may not have been in a relationship for an extended period of time, but all of a sudden you feeling a certain type of way. You have Mary J. Blige on, you singing them sad songs. You, again, are feeling a certain type of way. Whole time that doesn't belong to you. See, I want you to realize that your partner that you're energetically going to be connected to, your better half, in a sense, the person who's a reflection of you, they currently going through certain things too. There's certain lessons that they have to learn before you get presented. So therefore, again, some of them are starting to have certain endings. See, I want you to realize that there's certain people that you connected on the 5D. Again, you keep talking all confidently about your boo. How they say, my man, my man, my man. Some of you, my woman, my woman, my woman. You, again, are sitting there calling that person energetically in, not even realizing what they're going through. See, in divine time, they're going to show up to you. But until they are properly prepared, God's going to have a distance there. See, I want you to be clear something, chosen ones. Right now, they're going through, and again, I want you to realize that there's certain individuals that you're connected to. Again, energetically, mentally, spiritually. This doesn't even have to just be romantically. Now, I seen somebody say, how is this possible when you're married? See, I don't know if you're talking about you, beautiful. But I'm going to say this. Some of you didn't settle for karmic partners. That's not your boo. You may have called that person your husband and your wife, but that person truly don't belong to you. You was out there settling. When you met them, you were still growing. When you met them, you were still healing. So therefore, there was still movement and room for growth. However, when you met them, you didn't even realize that they have met their possible height. they was no longer going to grow. So then again, you sitting there settling, you claiming that person for you, and God's looking at you like, who told you that? See, there's some people that you energetically claim just because they was willing to entertain you whole time. That was never your husband. That was never your partner. That never was supposed to be somebody you was supposed to be with. You was just supposed to cross paths with them, but we gonna get back to the message, right? See, I want you to realize that intuitively, there's certain people that you haven't met yet that, again, they are going through their process. They are going through their lesson. They starting to disconnect from certain karmics because that's how they going to obtain their blessings. See, there's certain individuals that they thought that they met their true person too. Now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, certain news is getting relayed to them. They starting to realize that their person was entertaining other people. See, you going to feel a sense of sadness right now, right? And again, you looking around like, why am I acting like or feeling like I just went through a heartbreak? Why am I starting to feel like, you understand, love's not there, so on and so forth, when you know that just before this feeling, everything seems clear? You got to be aware that that's other people's projections. Again, your partner, the person that you're supposed to be with, they currently going through certain endings. See, these endings are necessary in order for you two to have your beginning. But again, chosen ones, you had to realize, see, I want you to realize something, right? So you know how you see somebody, say there's two. This could have been you and another individual, right? Something falls or something drops and you look to see who's going to pick it up. See, you keep looking back and forth to these people like, they both seen something fall. They see something on the ground. And again, both of them are waiting for the other person to sit there and pick it up. See, chosen ones, I'm trying to tell you, the person that you connected to, divinely aligned with you, currently they going through something. You understand me? So again, instead of looking at yourself like, what am I doing to make me feel sad? Or you look in this direction, y'all keep looking back and forth. One of y'all gonna have to reach down and grab that, meaning one of y'all gonna have to raise your vibration, meaning if you feel a sense of sadness and you know that don't belong to you, that means that somebody else intuitively is calling out to you. So therefore, again, what can you do to help that individual raise your vibration so they can feel that too? The same way that you feel certain things, chosen ones, they feeling that as well. The same way that you feeling certain things that they going through, they going to feel those changes in vibrations too. So therefore, again, raise your vibration because everybody around you going to be able to elevate as well. See, there's some of you who actually are going through certain endings. See, some of you had sadness based upon other people's projections, and some of you had sadness based upon certain endings that came. See, even if you knew intuitively that person wasn't for you, even if you didn't agree with how they treated you, even if you sat there and knew certain things was going to come to an end because God has showed you certain signs and synchronicities about them, I want you to realize, chosen ones, you still seem shocked in a sense. What does that mean? Let's compare it to a temporary job, right? See, when you apply to that temporary job, you looking at that as something that could quickly fill that emptiness, right? You need a job, so therefore they hired you. You was quick to apply as well as accept it, right? See, at that temporary agency, see, again, think about this as a temporary position in a sense. Hear me out. See, some of you, when you signed up for that position, you knew that it was temporary because that's the information that they presented. They stated that they had a job for you, told you certain things that you didn't qualify for the benefits that would come from it. But again, you would be able to work for them. See, until you get offered that guaranteed position, until you get signed and now you are really hired by them, you can't get certain benefits that come with them, right? However, there's work to do. As long as there's work for you to do, you're going to be able to come in. See, some of you knew when you first started and joined that relationship, joined that partnership, you started seeing certain red flags about them. Some of you knew that when you first started entertaining that individual, you had two different views. Some of you knew that, again, certain ways that this person was doing truly didn't feel right to you. But again, you was willing to take that position. You accepted it, right? Now, again, you know that any point in time that job can have an ending. They can tell you the expectancy, like, well, we expect it to be available for 0 to 6 months. Then all of a sudden again, between that time period, certain unexpected things start happening. See, there's some of you that certain endings are starting to come and you acting so shocked by them, but it's something that you already been expecting. And what do I mean? Again, think about that temporary agency in a sense. You knew that when you signed up to it, that wasn't a guaranteed job. You knew that it was a possibility that they would bring you on. You knew that there wasn't benefits that you was going to receive as long as you in that position. But if they select you, then you may get them. See, you knew that at any point in time that they can call you and tell you that you got to turn around. See, now all of a sudden, that's something that you forgot about. You got comfortable in that position. All of a sudden, when you think that you're going to go in, they call you and tell you that that temporary position has now ended. Now you panicking. Now you stressing. Now you all over the place. Now you again are starting to feel less about you, but that's something that you already knew. See, chosen ones. There's some of you that knew that these individuals wasn't for you when you met them. There was some of you that knew, again, seen signs and synchronicities pertaining to them. There's some of you that again started to see that it was going to come to an end, but all of a sudden, for some reason, you still thought that they had that position available. See, some of you have just experienced sudden endings. A person that you knew wasn't for you, a person that you knew acted a certain way towards you, a person that you knew that there was no foundation with, but the fact that it caught you off guard, now you acting like you don't know how to handle this. See, you better raise your vibrations, chosen ones. That's something that you already knew. But because it's outside of your control, you feeling a certain type of way. We're not going to do that. Some of you are currently experiencing the death of ego, meaning that you starting to have to be forced to let your control go. You so used to having plan A, plan B, plan C, have to move this way. This person got to play this position, so on and so forth. But chosen ones, I want you to realize that everything that you already knew is getting presented to you. So again, if you haven't sudden endings, this is something that you already expected. But the fact that it happened when you least expected it, you out here tripping, you out here wilding, you out here in your head. I need you to relax. You understand? Because again, you knew that this wasn't a guaranteed position. This was something that had potential, but they ain't guarantee that to you. You understand me? You did everything that you can, but there were some people that they knew when they sat there and had you apply that they wasn't going to keep you there for a long time. They knew exactly when that assignment was going to end, but they misled you and had you go along with them. There's some people that, again, your work ethic, the fact that you learn quickly and that you put that work in, again, certain things is going to start ending, but I want you to trust you. I want you to realize that had this been on the opposite shoe, you wouldn't be feeling that type of way. What do I mean? See, again, if you initially knew that that job was a position that wasn't permanent, you would still go out and be applying for different things. You wouldn't set your mind to this. You wouldn't feel like you was guaranteed with that. You would sit there and apply to other jobs that was going to give you that long-term promise. You understand me? And give you a guaranteed check. See, had you been the one who walked out of that relationship, you would have been cool. You wouldn't been feeling better about it because you knew that you potentially left that door open a little bit. So therefore, that person may have been in their head and you felt like you was in power over some shit. Nah, chosen ones, you got to cut that out. You understand me? I want you to realize, again, you are in control of your situations. You just got to make your mind up. So be in control of your feelings as well. Do not allow people's projections to have you all over your head. You understand me? Because again, there's some of you that's experiencing certain sadness because the person that you energetically connected to is having certain endings within them. You understand me? Certain people that they are getting forced to move away from so that they can get closer to you. So right now, you may not have met your divine feminine, met your divine masculine, but you could feel what they're going through. You could tell right now that they going through a certain heartbreak is something that's necessary before they align with you. So what can you do to assist that individual? If you could feel the pain that they experiencing in, then that means that they could feel your vibration too. So instead of being added to the mess by turning on some sad or depressive music, acting all wild, acting crazy, you understand me? You could sit there and regroup yourself so that they can feel that too. So instead of sitting there thinking and listening to some heartbreak hotel shit, you listening to some optimistic music, you smiling, you vibing, you thriving, you feeling good. They gonna feel it as well. That's how you gonna help somebody else. You understand me? See, some of you chosen ones, again, certain sudden endings are happening. Some of you are getting forced to choose. See, let me say this. I want you to realize that some of you that been making up certain plans in your head. You've been expecting or anticipating you to make that exit. So again, you may have known that this person wasn't for you. You could have been living with them to appease your family and friends. You could have been living with them because you had children with them. You could have been living with them because you felt dependent on them. You could have been living with them because you just wanted to feel like you had a sense of a connection. See, there's certain reasons why you do what you do. You're going to have to see significantly why it is that you move the way that you move. But there's some of you that, again, knew that this wasn't a permanent solution. You've already came up with certain opportunities. You already came up with other options. But because the end never really was clear for you, you never made moves. See, I'm seeing butterflies all around as I say this to you. It's new beginnings happening. You understand me? There's some of you that, again, they made all these plans to make your exit and you haven't done it yet. You're going to wait for that person to walk away from you or a situation to happen where they physically harm you, mentally harm you, do certain things to you where they force themselves from being around you. You, instead of allowing yourself to trust what God's showing you and telling you so that you have a sense of control and you can kind of maneuver through it, you're going to sit there and be hard-headed where they're going to be forced to be the person who does it. You understand me? So if God's telling you that this isn't a person for you, you didn't sat there and decided that you wasn't going to listen to God. You was still going to pursue with him because y'all had certain patterns. 1 minute y'all beefing, 1 minute y'all back cool again. Or 1 minute y'all have an understanding, 1 minute they showing love, 1 minute they can't stand you. You feel like you know what's expected next. Now all of a sudden you getting hit with these sudden surprises. That person has another partner. That person chooses another person over you. And you've been placed in that same position where God has showed you somebody that you was divinely aligned with, but you decided not to make that move. See, chosen ones. You out here choosing this person, this karmic, because, again, to appease other people. So you want to be with them because, again, you feel like family and friends is going to accept that. You feel that you know what to expect with them. You feel like you know them to a certain extent, that you know the pattern and certain things that you're going to have go on with them. You feel like you know so much, right? And when God gave you the opportunity to release them and he showed you somebody else that was the answer to your prayers, answer to all your questions, everything that you was looking for, God presented to you, but it came in the form of another individual, and you chose not to make that move. You chose that you had more loyalty to the individuals who wasn't really loyal to you. You understand me? That you was bonding based upon trauma, that you thought that was your soulmate, whole time that was your karmic. You sitting there thinking that y'all had similarities because they know your body. Whole time you had to realize that you thinking that y'all have a sexual attraction. What if I told you that they ain't know your body like that? You thought that they gave you an orgasm. Whole time that was the devil celebrating that they had contact with your ass. See, chosen ones. You better be able to see through what other people are showing you. And if you chose not to walk away from that karmic when God gave you the opportunity to, best believe he's going to present that same opportunity to them to see what they going to do. And the difference is when they select other people over you, they still going to lose. See, chosen ones. I'm trying to tell you, there's certain people that they feel, oh, so-and-so would never do that to me. Oh, they didn't sat there and put off their happiness and was getting hurt by other individuals. They didn't sat there and try to help this person who was hurting them. They felt like, oh, this person is such a good business partner. I got certain things I'm investing in them with, not even realizing that they had the opportunity, they would write your ass out of it. You understand me? Not even realizing that that person that you doing business with could be doing certain shady shit. So therefore, you going to be held accountable and you ain't even reap no benefits. See, chosen ones. You better cut that out. You out here trying to be loyal, but you loyal to the wrong crowd. You out here being loyal to some demonic entities. Demonic energies. Satanic ass individuals. People who souls on stink. People who, again, They are all focused about finances, that they willing to sacrifice their family and friends. Certain people that are, see, I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones, they're going to see. And that's exactly why certain people are starting to have certain sudden endings. That person, and why you think that you keep getting a mixture of being sad and mad, and you like, that's not even your energy. That's somebody who's in their feelings based upon the fact that they made a bad selection. The fact that they had the opportunity to choose you. You love that individual. You honor that individual. You tried your best to protect them too. See, when they couldn't see everybody else energetically attacking them, you was the person who allowed them to see that. You put them on to that. You made sure that people didn't defeat them. See, they didn't sat there and settle for a sucker. You understand me? Somebody that wasn't going to be able to provide no protection. They was going to end up needing protection from them. Somebody that, again, could dress that certain part, but they just dress like it. They really not living like it. You understand me? So they didn't sat there and chose somebody who talks about what they can do, but when they get center of attention, now they get put on the mic, and now we seeing what they called to do. Now we ready to see what type of moves they can make. They not going to be able to create the same things as you. They sat there and chose somebody else based upon the fact that they talk that talk, but they ain't had the ability to walk that walk. They ain't had the same energy as you. You understand me? They just chose a peasant-ass individual who was able to dress up and walk that walk to seem like everything's cool. See, chosen ones, we not doing it. You heard me? We not doing it. You done sat there, and again, there's some people that turn they back to you because you try to put them on to other people trying to attack them. There's some people that, again, they didn't want to believe it. Why you think that they were so hard on you? See, they didn't got shown the same signs and synchronicities that you tell them, but they thought that they can escape it until God spoke through you. See, some of them done seen these signs time and time again, that they partner was cheating. They partner was sleeping with their family or friends. They partner was frauding. They partner was evil. All of these things. They didn't already seen that, right? Okay. They didn't already seen all these things about them, but they was trying to escape it. They wanted to physically see it in a sense, when God already told them intuitively what they was planning, right? Okay. Now here comes you. They didn't escape their truth. They kept running from it. Every time, it's almost like, say a mother tells the child something, the child ain't want to hear it. Then the grandmother sees them, tells them the same thing, they ain't want to hear it. Now all of a sudden a stranger comes and tells them things. Now all of a sudden they interested. See, I'm trying to tell you, some of these individuals are running from the truth. They knew exactly what you was telling them, but they felt like they wasn't in control of it. They didn't want to hear from you. They was just trying to run from the truth until, again, God presented you and you was forced to tell them. See, you could have been like everybody else. You could have sat there and told them what they wanted to hear. You could have, again, agreed them to keep doing dumb shit, being in darkness, instead of sitting there changing their life so their view could be a lot more clear. You didn't sat there. You could have been shiesty. You could have agreed to certain things. You could have, again, did the same thing that those people, those karmics that they connected with is doing to them. But you chose not to. See, when you was being a hero, they chose to look at you like a villain instead. See, you was trying to save them, but instead, they sat there and tried to sacrifice you to the people that you was trying to save them from. See, chosen ones. I'm trying to tell you, certain things are starting to get revealed. And again, you got to pay attention to your feelings, because that's not you who should be feeling it. See, if you're starting to feel disloyalty, or somebody is being disloyal to you, and you already know the truth about individuals around you, you no longer connected to them. So therefore, again, you know that that's somebody else projecting it upon you. See, that's certain individuals that you told that people was going to cross them. Now they starting to see it too. See, now it already happened, and now they going backtrack and thinking about the time that you told them what they was going to do. Now you in their energy in a sense, so you feeling everything that they feeling. You knew exactly what they was going to do. You knew exactly what type of moves they was going to make. That's why God had you relay that message to that person that day. But a hard head makes a soft ass, right? And now they starting to see. See, some of them, you expressed your love to them, emotions to them. You didn't sat there and put your guard down and was vulnerable with them. You was on that tough Tony shit for everybody else. But for them, you told them exactly how you felt. Then all of a sudden, as soon as you expressed you, they blocked you, didn't want nothing to do with you. What you think that they going through too? They done sat there and plead themselves to these karmics. Now they're going through certain karma. And guess who's in that part of the cycle? The same cycle that you was just in, where you ain't understand why the person was doing or moving the way that they was moving. You don't know exactly why they blocked you or didn't have no rap for you, why they chose that other individual over you, why they got mad when you told them what other people was planning to do to save this person. You ain't know why they did that. So what you think that they going through now? Now all of a sudden, the same person they chose over you, now they starting to realize that that person had a plan all along. They was trying to wear that person down. See, they knew that they wasn't their person. But they also didn't want them to get to you. So they led them on until y'all start beefing, y'all disconnected, got that person farther and farther away from you, farther and farther away from their truth, farther and farther away from their intuition, just so that they can continue to play them. You understand me? I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones. There's certain people that, again, they chose their side. Instead of beating them demons the fuck up, they chose to become one. Instead of really facing certain fears, taking a risk on themselves, they sat there and caught themselves being depending on everybody else, listening to everybody else, not listening. Man, we not going to do that. Thank you, babies. I'm sure I tell you, chosen ones. So they starting to see certain things clearly. But do not allow that to, again, have an impact on you. You felt that already. So why allow that to have a replay on you? You survived that already. You experienced that already. You done already had that ending. You already done closed that door. So you can't sit there and carry all that weight energetically for them. They going to have to feel that the same way that you did. But you know, with that things that you felt, what happened? You start elevating. You start learning from them. You started to trust your intuition. You started building your confidence up. You started aligning with your purpose and your path and your true soul tribe too. See, those individuals going to have to learn to go to God and go within, just like you had to do when they left you, see, chosen ones. I'm trying to tell you. There's certain individuals that played you, and there's multiple from different, again, every era that you attracted somebody, you are going to be physically facing them. So a past person from this era of your life, the past person from this era of your life, the new person that's going to be aligning in your life, you got to be able to look at them and see what's for you, what's a repeat of certain cycles, who learned what lessons, what they applying to it too. Because again, I told you, a lot of these people had a soul on stink. And they want that funk to rub off on you. I always say this, right? You know how if somebody's cooking in the house and all of a sudden you sitting there in the living room, in the kitchen, whatever the case may be, you around, right? And everything that they cook, that smell comes off on you. So when you leave that house, people don't know that you was over so-and-so's house and that you smelling like they food. They just smelling some onions, this, that, and the third, and they looking at you. Or if you walking with a group, see, you may be fresh, you done washed your ass, got new clothes and clean clothes on too. Your breath is smelling right, you oh so nice, but you walking with a funky ass group, and you walking past somebody else and they get a whiff of that, they gonna think that it's you. Now you try to give them the eye contact to let them know that you smell what they smelling too. See, chosen ones, I'm trying to tell you, you can't sit there. You got to be cautious what you around, because that shit's going to be the smell of you. That's going to get stuck on you, and you can't explain to everybody else how this karma and consequences don't belong to you. You can't explain to everybody that you washed your ass, that it's that other person who didn't do it. You got to be cautious. You got to check them. How they say, I'll be waiting for you at the door. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to make sure that people around you heal themselves, that they wash that ass too. What does that mean? See, there's some people that, again, will claim that they healed just because they're ignoring certain things. That's equivalent to somebody hopping in the shower, ain't got no soap, no rag, no Nathan, just that water running over them. Now they done splashed some water on their ass and got dressed, and now they cool back moving again. They ain't getting those crevices. They ain't put no soap, no water, no real shit into that. You understand me? So therefore, again, they look like they washed, but really that shit's part of an illusion. They just threw some water on them. There's some people that'll sit in that shower with that water running and ain't washed their ass yet. If you was to look at their rag is dry as a mug, drag on arthritis. You understand me? Stiff, dry, all of that. You gotta make sure that these people that connect to you, that they learn their lessons, that they not still soul on stink. Because again, when you walking with them, people gonna think that it's you. You understand me? How many people, again, they just was there, could have did the work. They already was sad, already got mad, already found out the truth. They done already seen certain things. So that means they got the rag, they got the soap, they got the water, they got their clothes, they got their towel, but they still didn't wash their ass. They still coming up with a reason to try to drag their feet in the sense. So you gotta make sure that somebody that you connected to washed all the past off of them just like you. See, I always say this too, right, chosen ones? When you want an example of what to do, I want you to look around you. And what does that mean? See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, once you make your mind up, you already made it. So how do you see yourself? What are you speaking yourself into? What story are you writing yourself out? You understand me? Are you allowing these people to have control over you? Are you sitting there again? Right now, there's some of you that don't even know who your divine partner is. You may not have met him yet, and some of you have met. But it isn't divinely aligned yet, right? See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, there's some of you that's confused on what move you should do. There may be this person showing interest, this person showing interest, this person showing interest too. I want you to look at that person and see what highlights you see. I want you to look on your list and see all the checks that you get. If they don't have 10 out of 10, then that's not your person, because you ain't got to compromise if it's from the divine. They're going to have everything that you want within. They're going to love you, have certain confidence too. They're going to be willing to make certain sacrifices. They're going to take certain risks with you. They're going to love you, honor you, be able to tell you their feelings too, protect you, never neglect you, encourage you to do you too. You understand me? They're going to have an identity outside of themselves. You understand? Outside of you. They're going to have, again, a connection with God that they ain't got to use you for certain news. They already going to know, just like you see, chosen ones. If you want to attract a certain type, you're going to have to be that in order to see that, right? So, again, there's certain qualities that you look at certain partners that you think so positive. Oh, they a hard worker. They so confident, they this, not even realizing that they a reflection of you. So therefore, you should be speaking positive affirmations towards you too. You should be giving yourself credit because you had to be something like that in order to attract it. But that also goes pertaining to the negatives as well. If you keep attracting certain people who are not serious in a relationship, are still connected with other individuals, and you had to wait for them to end that to begin yours, so on and so forth, then you gotta look at you too. Because either that's something that you always expect, that somebody's gonna step out on you, that you, again, you done seen signs of synchronicities that they have a different partner, but you chose to listen to them. See, you done sat there and selected the type that you want as well. So whatever you want, you're gonna have to be that to see that, to get that. You understand me? But you gotta know what feelings is yours. Now, chosen ones, again, right now, you may be feeling sad, but that's not yours. You understand me? You may be feeling mad, but that's not yours. And what do I mean? See, what if I told you that you're only see, I told you this before. Some of you are feeling sadness. Some of you are feeling aggravated, irritated. And that's because your divine partner, they are going through certain endings. So again, they feeling heartbreak because that karmic then showed their truth to them, chose another individual over them. Certain things came out, them veils been lifted. You may be feeling like, oh, you're betrayed or a betrayal, or somebody's playing you. And you like, how is that true when I'm not even connected to no individuals? Why? Because that person that you're divinely partner is connected to is feeling a certain type of way at that time. They feeling like they person betrayed them for selecting you, or they don't know that you're their person, but they speaking about whoever their divine individual is. So for them to just say, oh yeah, well, you and your whack ass twin flame, or you and your whack ass soulmate, or these shorties, a shorty that you gonna be with, she's speaking you up and she don't even know who you are. So you feeling everything that she's feeling because she has you playing a certain part. She doesn't know that you're divine feminine, and you may not even know who your divine masculine energy is yet. But the person that they with see certain things coming to an ending and they speak you up. So why do you feel like you're emotional, your feelings is fluctuating, Is because not only is your true divine partner seeing some truth about the person that they was connected to, but the person that they was connected to is also realizing that your person is moving on from. So you had to protect your energy in all areas. You understand me? So before you even know who your divine partner is, you should be praying on behalf of them. God, I ask you to protect myself and my divine partner. I ask you to allow them to see clearly. I ask you to allow them to have the confidence to align what's true before them. I ask you to protect them and align them in their purpose. You got to pray for them. Because you got to, again, prepare yourself. Because they're going to be playing that position. But they have to go through what you went through too in order to reach you. So therefore, or lend the offering hand. Show certain love towards your divine partner way before you even know who they are. They're going to present themselves, I promise you. And again, if you had certain false starts with individuals, God just allowed y'all to see each other real quick so you could see and experience what real love is. They could have been with that person 10 or plus years and never felt what they felt with you. God showed them real quick. You see that this is your person. Then sent them back to that individual. Just so that that person can experience what they were supposed to experience with their person, that karmic, so that they finally let it go. Let go of that cycle too. So therefore now they finally are free from all things, mentally, energetically, spiritually, physically as well, in order to align with you. See, sometimes God has that happen. You understand me? You're going to have false beginnings. But you just trust that God's going to align you with who you're supposed to be aligned with. So when you think about your divine feminine and masculine, don't put a name towards it. Why? Because this person could be your soulmate. This person could be your twin flame. They could be the person who's supposed to play that position. But unless they're willing to step up to it and make those sacrifices from that, getting away from that negative, then they'll never be able to play that position then. And God's not going to have you on hold. He's going to have somebody else who's been sat there and trained that's able to make that move that they should have did. You understand me? So you're going to have multiple options to select from. A past person who's not really from your past, but a past life that you had a false beginning with them. You're going to have that selection whether or not you're going to choose them. You're also going to have a past person pop up to tell you that they changed, but really it's the same thing, the same games. You're going to have a choice whether or not you want to choose them. You're going to have another person present themselves and you're going to think because this is a new person that you're getting something else. Whole time they could be presented differently but be having certain energy like that past person too. So you got to see through what it's showing you. Why? Because again, people are going to come dressed up as things that they feel like you expecting. You got to be able to see through that. You understand me? There's certain individuals right now watching you, see how you talk, whether or not you got a certain person that you connected to, just to see how they can approach you. Some of them, y'all been waking up all times of the night. You could be somebody who usually goes to sleep early. Now it's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You up. And you like, yo, what is going on? Because that person that wants to reach out to you is over there debating on how they can do it. Whether or not if they reach out to you, if you're going to say something mean to them, that's the risk that they got to take. Why? Because you took risks too when you told them how you felt about them and they wasn't willing to accept it then. So now God's like, okay, the shoe's on the other foot. How you going to carry it? The same way Shorty expressed her love to you and you ain't had nothing to say because you knew at that point in time you wasn't willing to sacrifice and leave certain old qualities and characteristics that you had that you wasn't willing to step up, get in the line in your purpose and your path. So the same way that you was scared or you didn't want to go ahead and accept them when they finally let their guard down, the same way that they going to have to present themselves and be vulnerable right now. They going to have to take that risk telling you how they feel about you and not knowing if you are currently connected to somebody, if you decided to make new moves. That's a risk that they going to take. And guess what? If they choose to ignore it, there's karma and consequences that come towards them. Some of them, how they say it's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity, some of them don't realize that they never going to get this opportunity again. That if they choose their karmic again, then guess what? This connection will permanently end, meaning that they family, they lineage, so on and so forth could be cursed in a sense. They'll be talking about what they coulda, shoulda, woulda been had that person took the opportunity that got presented to them. You understand me? So there's some individuals that don't realize how deep this goes. They feeling like, oh, nah, shorties come and go. I can get this, I can get that. Nah, you ain't realize that you sat there and crossed paths with a guardian angel. You don't realize that this person's energy hits differently. You don't realize that you was somebody that can really manifest certain things with their mind, that they real closer with the divine, that God don't play about them. That anything that they speak is what they gonna seek, so therefore protection, abundance, love, light, all of that comes with them. See, they out here sleeping on it. They out here, you understand, making these dumb decisions. Whole time not even realizing why their lineages is so fucked up now based upon other people who did the same thing. See, I could tell you, chosen one. In my past, I always say I'll be transparent with you. So let me give you an example, right? In my past life, my twin flame, he chose to choose another karmic over me, right? See, they ain't like my spirituality. So this is back in the day when they used to call people witches and shit, right? So therefore, this masculine knew the truth about me and chose not to come to my defense. Chose to be scary in a sense because they had certain numbers behind them. So my divine masculine in our past life, he decided to choose somebody else over me, which made my ending come quicker. Whole time I'll never go through that again, right? So I crossed back paths with him. He had an opportunity to make that selection again, show that he learned his lessons, and maybe he did, maybe he didn't. However, I kept it moving. You understand me? And what do I mean by that? This ain't no downplay to him, because if that's my twin, that's my twin. It is what it is, right? However, you can't get so consumed in the fact that this person is supposed to play a certain position to you because people have free will. See, chosen ones really don't have a free will because you're not going to choose to do foul shit. Regardless of what people promise you that you can have all of this, you always going to put that work in. You understand me? You got morals. So chosen ones really don't have free will because we are always going to choose to do positive things. However, sometimes you meet your divine partner that has karmics all around them, so therefore they may not be thinking like that. You understand? There's certain individuals that they're going to have to make a selection. And in their past life, they may not have protected you. They may not have selected you. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have love. If this lifetime they chose somebody else over you too, please do not give up. Because there's somebody else out there whose partner chose to do the same thing. And God's going to have y'all reconnected. Now y'all got that mission that y'all on. You're going to still have love, abundance, protection from them. I'm telling you. You understand me? So don't give up on love just because that soulmate that you thought was your soulmate or that twin flame chose not to play their position. It is what it is. You got to get out there dating again. And people are so much like, oh, nah, I don't want to talk to nobody. That's where your mind's fucked up right now. Because when I say dating, we ain't just talking about somebody else. I'm talking about dating. What does dating mean? Going out to eat, going out certain places, enjoying the vibe. Typically, you associate with that with another person. The whole time you could be doing that with yourself. You need to be dating you, taking yourself out too, treating yourself to nice gifts, nice things, so on and so forth, instead of waiting for somebody else to do it for you. So you're going to have to get out on the dating scene. You understand me? Again, start dating yourself. Go out there, get comfortable being social again. Some of y'all used to be the life of the party. Now you don't even remember that shit. You out here nervous or stuck to yourself, reserved and shit, because the person that you was with didn't accept that side of you, so therefore you had to keep that side of you hidden. You understand me? There's some of you that used to be so social, having so much fun. Life of the party, when people come and see you, they gravitate towards you. People can feel you enter the room way before they even see you. You used to be laughing. You used to be dancing, not caring about people's opinions. But because you got with that person who act all stuck up and restricted, they wanted to act like they was the top player. See, some of you be looking at these celebrities too much. Y'all trying to be the relationship goals. Whole time you in a situationship. You talking about you a relationship goal because y'all rocking certain labels whole time. You not built like that. So I want you to realize, chosen ones, you really going to have to be authentically you. What makes you happy? You out here living your life based upon the other person. Some of you don't even know how to cry anymore. You so used to having to be tough, and as soon as you feel that cry, you hit that big gulp or you blinking that shit away. If you hit that Roscoe ugly cry face and let that shit out, If you don't stop batting your eyes to keep those tears from falling down, you got to allow yourself to feel certain shit. You allow that past person you was with project that energy on you, whether or not that was your past partner, your family members, friends, parents, so on and so forth. You're going to have to learn to cry again. Shit. One thing about me, I told y'all this. I'm a Sagittarius, right? That's my sun sign, right? Got Earth all through the chart. But I'm also have Cancer too in my chart. So I'm a very lovey-dovey individual. I wish you would tell me I can't cry about some shit. I cry at certain commercials because I be feeling it. When I see certain weddings and the grooms crying shit, I be crying too. Face all screwed up like I know these individuals. You understand? We feelers. So be you, chosen one. You try to act all tough. How, again, I said this before. What Cat Williams say? You gang banging at breakfast, my G? You out here hard at the early a.m. You gonna go to sleep gang banging, wake up gang banging too? Come on now. If you don't allow yourself to feel, that's how you gonna feel if this person is truly for you. You wondering why your intuition is blocked up, why your discernment ain't acting right, because you done sat there, been around these individuals who told you not to feel certain things. You try to keep it hidden, cover it up. Now you can't feel certain things. You understand me? No. You gotta allow yourself to be you. If you feel like, listen, cry. You understand? You want to talk your little shit, talk your little shit for a moment. I understand it. See, chosen ones, it's okay to feel, but don't allow that to overwhelm you. Emotions and feelings are two different things. Emotion. If you are emotional, you're all sporadic, all over the place, right? You had no control over it. This is when your hands shaking because you want to cuss that person out and all of that, right? Emotion. So look at how it's spelled. If you're emotional, you're E, which is when you think of your car being on E or certain things on E, right? That's empty. Your emotions you're not going to be able to move. But when you in your feelings, you feeling certain things, that means you know what's not right for you. You know that how they acted towards you was not right. You know that you would prefer this, you recommend that, and certain people are reciprocating certain energy and what they giving back and what they lacking to give, so on and so forth. You understand me? So, chosen ones, it's okay to be in your feelings. But sometimes when you are stuck in your emotions, meaning all over the place, how they say, emotional roller coaster. Y'all know the song. You all over the place. You understand me? Your emotions on E. You're going to be stuck. Waving your hands, acting crazy. Think of somebody who's in quicksand. They moving, but ain't going not nowhere, right? So relax, feel what you feel. But I want you to do these exercises, right? So if this person makes you feel a certain type of way, I want you to talk to yourself like you talking to your inner child, right? So say you upset. Oh, you mad. Well, why are you mad? Ask yourself this, right? Why are you mad? Oh, you're mad because this person disrespected you? Okay, I understand why you would feel upset. Well, how do you feel like they disrespected you? Oh, they chose this person over you, or they didn't acknowledge your feelings? Okay. Well, I understand that will make you feel a certain type of way. However, this, that, and the third, break it down. Talk to yourself. Ask them what you feeling and why you feeling it. Because half the times you're going to realize to not take it personal. Oh, this person didn't show you love. Have they ever did this before? Yeah, they did it before. Okay, but what happened after that? They start acting cool again. We was cool. Then okay, so there's a pattern with it, right? Have you ever seen them act like that with somebody else? Yeah, they be mean to their mama too. Or they this, that, and the third. Okay, so why are you taking it personal? If that's them, that means they did it to other people as well. So therefore, why are you carrying on their bags? Why are you carrying on their karma? Why are you carrying on their drama? Why are you taking it personally? You gotta break everything down. Why you feel the way you feel right now? You sad? I understand that. Why you sad? Because that person that you love didn't accept you back. I understand. Do you feel like you really love them unconditionally? Yes. Okay, so if you love them unconditionally, right? Yeah. That means you did what you did for them because you wanted to, right? Yes. You showed them love regardless if they were showing love to you. You gave them certain things that they wasn't able to provide for you, right? Yes. So why are you upset so right now because they not giving your love to you? They giving it to somebody else. Oh, because I gave them love, I gave them this, and they should have reciprocated that energy. But is this the first time that you experienced this with them? Have they did this before? Okay, they have. All right, so why did you accept them back? Okay, have they did this you got to talk to yourself. You understand me? That's the difference between you and your parents. Your parents never asked you how you was doing, how you feeling, why you feel the way that you do. You understand me? That's why sometimes you let certain things build up so full within you, then finally you start wilding out on that individual. When really, if you told them how you felt at this first moment that you felt it, that would have slowed down this blowout type of process. You understand me? So you're going to have to talk to you because a lot of the times you ain't have nobody ask you these things. You understand me? Why are you upset? Okay, cool. Break that down. You understand me? Talk to yourself. You understand me? Because the whole time you're not talking to yourself, that's divine coming within. He telling you, okay, well, let's talk it out. Let's write this out. Let's set out a little blueprint for it. Where did it start? Where to do that? Come on now. You got this. I promise you. So don't take it personal. And when you see these people doing the same thing over again that they did previously, my thing is, why are you taking it personally? You already see who they were. It would surprise you if they did something new. That's just like when people try to energetically attack you. They sent all these tests towards you. Drama, chaos, this breaking down, this not working out, all of these things. And they was wondering why you was still moving. If they wanted to surprise you, they would have gave you something new. Instead of taking people from being close to you, they would have sat there and pushed people towards you. That would have slowed your ass down. See, they didn't slow you down when they had certain speed bumps come. They had slow you down when certain things was happening. You understand me? Why? Because you've been there before. You experienced it before. Had they did something new, that would have slowed you down because you would have been overanalyzing it a little bit. The same way that love shine come in now when you sitting there trying to go back and forth between yourself, whether or not you're willing to accept it. Is this real? You turn into Bob Marley. Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? You trying to see if that's what you're feeling. You understand me? So, again, I want you to truly be confident in making your selection. I want you to be real with you, chosen ones. I want you to be real with your feelings. That's why, again, you have to get to know you before you call an individual towards you, because how are you going to know what you're going through and what somebody else close to you is going through if you don't even know you? You understand me? If you know that you're confident about this, you're prospering about that, things are starting to move perfectly for you, things are starting to get aligned, God's showing up to. Why are you going? You understand? Don't allow what you're feeling to take over you. Because there's people that's either they're experiencing it currently because they put you through that previously. So now they thinking about that time that you told them that they was going to get their karma. Now they going through that. Now they thinking back to that moment, calling you energetically in. There's some of you that, again, this is your divine feminine and divine masculine that are starting to have certain endings. And you feeling it because you keep asking God where your divine partner is. God, I ask you to align me with my true person, my true partner, all of that. So you're going to align with their feelings first, because that's how you going to know who's your person. You understand me? So you had to protect your energy, but also pray on behalf of other people's energy around you too. Meaning, again, if this is your divine partner, whether or not you met him or not, you pray on behalf of that individual. You understand me? I'm trying to tell you. But listen, chosen ones, I do got to get off of here because you know I got some readings to do. Please remember, I never reach out to you for a reading. You're going to have to be ready to receive it, all right? Because I ain't sugarcoating nothing. I'm going to tell you about your past, your present, your future, too. I'm going to tell you about certain things that you may have just talked to God. God's going to relay that to me. You understand me? I don't use no crystal balls, no tarot cards, no downplay to those who do. But I'm going to talk to you just like I'm talking to you now, right? So again, just know this. You ain't got to tell me nothing about you. God's going to give me certain cold phrases and cold words so that you know that he sent me to you. You understand me? Again, things that only you and God talked about that he'll allow me to serve as a confirmation for you as well. So I'll tell you whether or not that's your partner, that's your karma. I'm going to tell you whether or not you are in a certain cycle, what you do to you, what they intend to you, what's coming towards you, tests that's going to be presented, so on and so forth, right? I love you so much. Remember, I'm going to upload this live later on my YouTube. If you ever need me, babies, you know that I got you, all right? Y'all continue to be great. Y'all going to have a great day. Now, remember, I'm going to be getting on later in the evening this week. So probably not tomorrow. It's probably going to be Wednesday around 4 p.m. Then probably Friday, you understand, 4 p.m. And then on the weekends, I'm going to be back early again, all right? I love y'all so much. Y'all continue to be great. If you need me, you know how to reach me, babies. Be great.